What's up? How you doing? Here we are again, Thursday, almost Friday, week's almost done. And have a beverage here. Body Armor. It's got all the electrolytes, the superior hydration. It's got potassium, magnesium, all the good stuff. Smells good. I got a cup full of ice. That's the only way to drink these, nice and cold. That's very good. I highly recommend this. Very good. It's kind of like Kool-Aid. Delicious. So today we're going to cook steak, prime cut. Got 4 of them, and then got some baked potatoes here. Put them in the oven, and we're going to talk a little bit about Snoop Dogg. Just going to say one thing before I start, that Snoop Dogg, everything he puts out, high quality. Got the wine. The wine is really good. Not that expensive, $11.99, but you get a good wine. That's high quality. I recommend that wine. I've had it. And the latest thing I got from him, cookbook. So I looked through this, and it's very good, high quality. Lots of good recipes in here. Lots of good pictures. He's got everything: breakfast, lunch, dinner, sandwiches, desserts, you name it. Look at this bacon. And then he's got this big sandwich. So, spaghetti. Big fan of spaghetti, only on Wednesdays, usually. And look at this. Baby back rib. But yeah, everything he puts out, high quality. Even the material that he used to make this book with is high quality. It came, you know, wrapped up in a nice tight vacuum sealed plastic wrap. Well, maybe it wasn't vacuum sealed, but it was a plastic wrap. And high quality, good paper, you know, nice color, great pictures of Snoop Dogg in here. Look at this salad. I mean, there's nothing, you know, nothing I can say that's negative. Look at this, steaks. This is a very good book. So if you see this, pick up a copy. I highly recommend it. But you know, you look at him, and very spindly. Very spindly. He may eat a lot of food, but it doesn't get a grip on him. Looks like a fast guy. He's quick. It's kind of like a Tommy Hearns look, you know, like physically. The body, you know. Good beverage. But yeah, I'm very pleased. Anytime I get a product of his, it's always of good quality. Look at that picture there. So yeah, I mean, he has the perfect metabolism. Eat a lot of food, but don't put the bulk on. So, what's that thing I saw in here? In here he recommends a place to eat, and I also recommend this place, Roscoe's. Been to Roscoe's, very good chicken, I highly recommend Roscoe's. Randy's Donuts, another good place. They're all good places. Yeah, and the paper, nice quality paper. And then he's got a beverage. So clean, we dirty martini. Look at this martini with the green olives. So, if you see this in your local bookstore, pick up a copy. Otherwise, go to Amazon. So, what more can I say? It's a good book. So now we're gonna cook the steaks. Very simple: salt, pepper, fire. You can put garlic and oregano after. You don't want to burn it. Could have two of these. He says he goes to Roscoe's. Maybe one day I'll bump into him there. You never know. Also, I want to say he's very funny. Natural humor. I watch him on that, what is it, like National Omaha's Wild Kingdom or something like that. And he does commentary on, you know, animals out in the wild. He's a funny guy. Alright, we're going to start cooking here. Just want to say one more thing about this Snoop Dogg cookbook. There is a recipe in here that is very good. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a fan of gumbo, but some good stuff here. Pork chop shop, orange chicken with white rice. That looks good. Where did it go now? Yardy bird, yard bird. That looks really good. Got the lime on top. Get that. I'm glad I'm eating soon because this book makes me hungry. So I'm gonna stick the gumbo thing in here somewhere. Yeah, it's not it. Thought it was. You know, it's like when you're looking for something, you won't be able to find it. Before, I just opened it up randomly, and that's where it opened up. See something here, lobster. That looks good. Down under. Okay, the index. There we go. Page 100. Not even close. Dirty South gumbo. I highly recommend this recipe. I love gumbo. Look at that gumbo. I could have gumbo all day. That kind of food, spicy, you know, Louisiana, po' boy. I love that kind of food. I love watching people make that food. It's just something about the process. I mean, it's really good. There's a place downtown in Chinatown that has really good food, po' boy food. Just very tasty. Best thing is to have it there. You bring it too far, the bread gets a little mushy. But anyway, so I have to begin here because people want to eat. Put, don't pull a little bit, don't be afraid. Pull a little bit extra. Flip them over. These are good and thick. Don't overcook your steaks. You kill them that way. And I'll put oregano and garlic after, because the fire just burns them. This is good stuff. Enamel. I love enamel on my cookware. Anyway, I'm going to start the fire here, and then 5 minutes on each side, and then I put 1 minute on each side to get the crossbars. And steak, you don't really have to cook it too much. The bacteria on a steak is on the outside where they cut. The fire will kill that within a couple of minutes. So 5 and 5, 2 and 2. And when you cut inside, it should be nice and red, and the bacteria will not be inside unless you use a dirty knife from the toilet. Otherwise, you will not get bacteria in there. Your knife should be nice and clean, and the bacteria that's on the surface will be killed instamatically. So that's it. But like chicken you have to cook. Get, what is that, salmonella or whatever the hell's in there, and then you'll wake up with a stomach ache. You may vomit, so you don't want that. So cook the chicken all the way, The worst thing that can happen when you're grilling is you turn on the fire and you look at it after about a minute and it's dead because you ran out of propane. That's the worst thing. It's happened, I've put it on, and then I looked about 30 seconds later. Then I had to get into the motor car and go down to Lowe's, and get more. Even though I have 10. I have 10 of them. But, you wait too long, you wait till the last one, and before you know it, the last one's empty too. Time is relentless. Eventually you will get to the last one. So, when you get down to 8, it's good to fill them all up again. And I will say this. It's best to fill them up yourself. Not yourself, but bring them to a guy or a woman and have them fill them up at a station, right? Because in my experience, when you buy them at Lowe's or any place that's pre-filled, they're not always honest. They're not always honest. Some of them are heavier than others. What am I supposed to go in there with a scale, and weigh them? But you can tell. You bring them in, you start testing them, and you go, yeah, this one's a little bit heavier. It's like going to the butcher shop and getting cold cuts, and the butcher has a heavy thumb. In this case, they don't put enough in there. Okay. Alright, I had to go inside and wash my hands, handling the meat and everything. You never know what's on there. Then you touch your eye and you get some kind of, red eye thing going. So I washed them with my favorite soap, Lava. Anyway, you make observations in life, and one of the observations I'm making lately you don't see kids on bicycles anymore. You know, when I was a kid, the neighborhood was filled with kids riding their bikes. We had those, chopper-looking things with the banana seat. But now, it's like some movie where the kids have disappeared. There's no kids, at least not outside. I don't know, where are they? In the basement? In the attic? But in my time, there was, kids on bikes everywhere. No helmets. We just fell and we got up. But now you don't even see any kids, And if by chance you happen to see a kid on a bike, they're with their parents. They got their helmets on. It's all organized. There's no spontaneity. Nothing is spontaneous anymore. Me, I'd run downstairs. I wouldn't tell anybody where I'm going. It wasn't a thing in my house to give notification when you were going outside. We just ran and took off, went down the stairs and took off. Nobody said, hey, we going. We didn't have that nonsense at my house. If they tried that, we would have ignored it and we wouldn't have answered. So, they knew not to do that. But, we'd get on our bikes and we probably did like 5, 6, 7 miles a day, just bike riding around the neighborhood all day. So the other thing I'm noticing, grown-ups, as they call them, grown-ups, what kind of exercise are they getting on bikes? They're all motorized now. They're all electric. Watching these people this morning, they were on their bikes and every single one of them was electric. You're not getting any exercise. So bikes these days, when it comes to exercise, nothing, zero. Yeah, there are people that they still do the old-fashioned pedaling, but most people have electric bikes. Things have changed. In my time, all the kids were in shape. Yeah, they were chubby kids then too, but even the chubby kids were able to ride their bikes 5, 6 miles a day. We'd go up and down, uphill, downhill, jumps. Who's jumping their bikes now? Nobody. Nobody jumps their bikes. Everybody's afraid. It's like, what about if I fall and get stitches? Then go to the doctor and get stitches. That's what you're going to do if you fall. If you see a kid that's 15 and has not cut his chin yet, that's a kid that hangs around in the house all day and never rides the bike. At my time, a lot of kids in my neighborhood had scars under their chin. I fell off my bike and my chin skidded on the sidewalk and opened me a nice gash here. I had to go to the local doctor and he stitched me up. And this was 3rd grade. And I remember we were playing hide and seek, one of my neighbor's houses. And as I was running, I got thirsty and they had it wasn't connected, but like a hose on the outside of the house. Nobody drinks my hose anymore. And so I opened it up and the water came out ice cold the way I like it. And it was running down my chin over my stitches and I could feel like a little bit of a sensation. And then I'd look in the mirror, it was like I was growing whiskers. No big deal. Now if a kid falls, the parents go nuts. They make it seem like worse than it actually is. Everybody's afraid of falling. Nobody plays anymore. Yeah, they play in virtual realities, but not. In my time we played Relivio. Kids don't even know how to run anymore. They walk. We ran everywhere. I ran in slow motion because of Steve Austin, but everybody else ran full speed. Now I ran at full speed when somebody was chasing me in a game because I knew the slow motion was pretend. Although, when I did run in slow motion, I thought people watching me were like, wow, look at that guy go. But they all were looking at me and going, he's a fan of the $6 Million Man show, which I was. Like to meet Lee Majors. Anyway, I'm gonna put the steaks on there now.